What's up, everybody? I'm a Machine Requiem, and I'm coming at you with my Monarch deck profile. I'm gonna get straight into the deck profile, and it's gonna be an in-depth deck profile. I'll tell you why I chose the cards I chose. Remember, the deck's still in testing. I was gonna take Battery Man to the regional I'm going to, but I quickly changed it because it has a whole. Originally I thought I had a good shit-all matchup because I was winning, but I realized that they can make Alucard first turn, and popping my micro cell kind of sucks. And they do have traps and things to stop the spam of the monsters to OTK and all of that. But it's just the Shabis matchup is just, it's very hard to play around, and this actually has a way better matchup against it. And like I said before, I hate those decks, and I refuse to play anything that's meta right now. So I'm gonna take this. I think this is surprise some people too, but this deck's actually really pretty good. I'm gonna start off with 3 Caius. It's pretty standard. 3 Ryza. I think this is pretty standard too. Both of these cards are really good because this banishes all this stuff. So when it goes to the grave, it's not gonna get the effect. This is pretty cool because it basically resets the turn. And it spins everything, so they're not going to get their effect from that. And then my a tech card that I kind of put in here was Christia, because I don't play Vanity's Emptiness because I need my Treebone Frog to come back. And plus I have plants in here, so I synchro with it. But I mean, this kind of shuts it off when you need it, on the time that you need it. So you just wait for this and bring it out. And you can kind of stun your opponent for a little while. I usually summon it in defense, and then just bring out my Monarchs and other stuff and just attack and win the game with that. But I usually save this until late game. I'm still learning how to play with it. I've never actually played with Christie before. This is the first time I ever used this card. I played against it. What a bitch. And everything is not in higher rarity right now, but it will be. Everything is coming in the mail, and I'll reprofile it for you in a couple of weeks after I've tested more with it and got higher rarities. But 3 Battle Fader. This card, I chose this card and it's pretty standard, but you can summon it. It's tribute fodder, and plus you can bring back the glow up bulb I played, and you can go into formula and get your draw off that, and then go into more synchron plays. Plus it stops the battle, ends the battle phase, which is pretty cool. And plus, if you can stay alive and they warning this, I mean, I actually enjoy that sometimes. And then I play 3 Jack Frost. This card is, when I originally was playing it, I was seeing somebody's deck profile, and they were playing Jack Frost, and I was like, okay, it stops an attack, but what else is it good for? In play testing, I was just play testing 1, and I noticed that if I had this card in my hand, I could just basically flip their problematic monster face down, and that their effects are stuff. I was playing like at one time a Dark Samorg anti-spell fragrance lock, and that was kind of hurting me because I couldn't draw into any damn Monarchs. And plus the fact that I wasn't getting any monsters when I would get the Monarchs, and then I couldn't play Monarch Stormforce, so I kind of needed a way to get around that, or just attack over it with Mathematician or something like that. But anyway, I quickly bumped this up to 3 because if anything, it can be tribute fodder, and it's for that effect. This card's really good. I love Jack Frost. And then I'm playing 2 Gores. I never really liked Gores. I mean, I was a love-hate situation when I first started playing with it, but I love it in this deck. Plus, you can make level 8 synchros, and it's tribute fodder also. It's also if you can bring it out on the last attack or just 1 monster, you have 2 tribute monsters for Christia. And then 1 Tragodia. I'm only playing 1 because what I like to do is if I have this hand early, beginning of the game, instead of dropping any of my other hand traps, I'll drop this where he's big, and I'll just force my opponent to use their other cards to get an out to this. And plus I can steal things. I have level 7s in here, level 6s, 1s, 3s, everything but level 4, level 2s. Yeah, everything but level 4. But I mean, I like it. Plus it's tribute fodder. And then 2 Max C. This card's really good in this deck, even if your opponent, I mean, because usually like people would they'll play max C and they'll draw into stuff that they have to use on their turn. So if they're playing OTKs, they don't really care about max C. But in this deck, if you max C, your opponent still has to care about OTKing because you do play Tragodia, the Gores, Jack Frost, Battle Fader. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hand traps you can draw into to protect you if you use this. So I love, and plus it helps keep hand advantage too, which is, this deck is real good at either with or without max C, because you can just like plays one card at a time, and then it's like that's all it really does. Just plays one card at a time, then wait for your opponent to do something, then it gets rid of their shit. It's like passive and then aggressive. And then I'm just playing 2 mathematicians for 1 just because I only have 2, and 3 I draw into it enough. It also baits out effects negation. But I draw it into it enough, and I don't know, it's just working at 2. I like it at 2 right now. Then the 1 Treeborn Frog, I've always I tested 2 out for a little while, and I ended up like not liking it because you can pitch 1 in the grave with 2 Mathematician and the Fool's Burial or whatever, and then you draw into the other one, and it's just sitting there, and I don't think there's any point in playing more than 2 really. If it gets banished, it gets banished. Oh well, there's more things that you can do with your other cards. And then for the plant engine, if you can call it an engine, it's really just 2. Dandelion, you can sacrifice his tokens the turn after they are summoned, and then Glow Up Bulb, he keeps coming back. Or he can come back one more time, or he can make synchro plays. There was one duel I was playing against a Satellar Knight player, and I used Caius, Mathematician, done one of them things, and Foolish Burial, and I was synchroing, getting Formula Synchron, making like plant plays, and I did Caius and everything, and I beat him, and he was like, "Oh, so you're playing plants?" And so he sides a bunch of stuff for plants, and then the next turn I drew a bunch of Battle Faders and Gores and Rises and Christie and things like that, and I just beat him. It was kind of funny. I don't know. It was pretty cool. That's 24 monsters. Yeah, 24 monsters. Now, onto the spells. It's 3, a Monarch Storm 4. This card is a freaking amazing. I'm telling you, it doesn't target. It's just, I don't play Soul Exchange. I do not like that card at all whatsoever. Never have. Monarch Storm 4 is great. Another, I was playtesting against a guy that was playing this some more anti-spell fragrance lock 2, and he'd like anti-spell fragrance, and on my standby phase, and I was like chain, and then I'd just get rid of the some more or whatever I needed to get rid of, and it wasn't really a problem. 2 Pot of Duality. I was playing 3. Well, I mean, you can do special summon sometimes, but 3 is really not a problem. It's just I needed room to play other things, so I just put it at 2. And 3 Scapegoat. This card's really good. Sometimes I'll side it out, but it's really good at 3 because it allows you to stall off for at least 2 turns, sometimes even 3 or 4, in order to draw into what you need. And it's really good with the triple enemy controllers. Same thing with the Treeborn Frog play, where on the standby phase you can bring Treeborn Frog back, tribute it to take their monster, and bring Treeborn Frog back again, and then you have one of their monsters and yours to tribute for Christie or whatever. Or you can just do it for 1 and tribute just to 1 monster. Or you can tribute the Scapegoat tokens with the damn thing. And then 2 MST, because sometimes if you don't have anything else going, you need to special summon your tokens or your frog or whatever, and they try to shut down, you can play this. Or if they have a Soul Drain out in the field, you can get rid of it. It gets rid of breakthrough skills, which I know some people aren't playing, but the card is still good and it's still out there. So it's for that too. Just in general, anything else, and also for Clifforts and so I don't know. I like MST. I really like it. And then 2 Forbidden Lance to protect your monster from breakthrough skill, deep prisons, Fiendish chains, all that crap that they play. And another thing too is Monarchs are 2400, and there's a lot of cards that are monsters that are bigger than that now, and this can help get over that too. Or you can just, if you have a clear board, you can attack and then just like set one of these, and then on their turn when they try to attack into it, because we don't play any traps, and a lot of people know that Monarchs don't play traps, and plus they'll start realizing that after they play, and then they're like, oh, that's not a trap, so they'll attack into it, and it's like bam, and you can kill their monster, and then the cards are moved for Treeborn and all that whatnot. And then Foolish Burial for our 3 targets that we have. I've never had a problem with having with no targets for this or Mathematician. That's just the way that's been going for me so far. I don't know what the deal is, but I really want to run Blacklist or Soldier in here, but there's only 2. There's 2 light targets in the extra deck, and that's if Christie gets destroyed. Plus, there's extra deck stuff that you can go into quite often, but I don't know. I just think it's probably just a win more card. This deck is good on its own. Now for the extra deck, I have all 15 cards in here, and I mean there's a lot of room to work with. For the rank 6s, you really don't go into these a lot, hardly ever really. If I had an M7, I would play it. I'm not going to buy one because I just don't play it that often, and it's not, I mean, if I was still playing Betterman, I'd probably get one, but I don't really think there's no point in this game. Plus, a lot of times I'd rather just go into this and make them get rid of that, and that way it can stop effects. I mean, I've never made a rank 6, but it is what it is. One Alucard just in case. It's in there just in case there's room for it. What the heck? Slacker Magician. This card can be really annoying. I actually one time I was in a duel and I really needed a few more turns to draw into some of my Monarchs, and I made this with Glow Up Bulb and Treeborn Frog, and set on this for about 6 turns. Couldn't get rid of it. And then that's all for the Exceed monsters. Then we have Synchros. We have 1 Leo. You can make all of these Synchros. This can be made with a Monarch, a 3, and a 1. Mistworm. I haven't went into these. I could have went in this a couple of times, but I didn't because those are more optimal plays to make. The 8s. You can go into it with a Monarch, Treeborn Frog, and the Glow Up Bulb, which I haven't went into either one. Black Rose I've went into a couple of times and has gained me because you don't really have any traps or spells, and all you really have is just probably like 1 monster on board that you brought out by using their monsters. So if they start committing to their board, this card really gains you a lot of advantage, especially with a free summon like Glow Up Bulb back to the field. This deck has a lot of removal. It's really good at monster spelling. It's just real good at removal, period. Goyle Guardian. I made this one game against a Narc some more player, attacked over the S'more, brought it back to my board, and just won from there. Materia Beast, because we can make it. I haven't made it yet, but I was going to one time with the Scapegoat token, but my opponent destroyed the monsters and stuff. My beat up Barkion, my little baby brother got a hold of this about 2 or 3 years ago and tore it up, and I just kept it ever since. I probably will keep it forever. I doubt anyone else will want it. But I just recently bought Secret Rare, both of these, because I like the Secret Rares better. And Armades, this card's really good. I make this quite often. I love this card. It stops flip effects, spell traps that work during the damage step, all that crap. It's really good in the mirror too. Armory Arm, actually, it was one game where I dropped Gores on a BLS. My turn, I made this with Mathematician and sent Glow Up Bulb, brought back the Glow Up Bulb, made Armory Arm, equipped it to my 3000 token, and attacked over the BLS and hit him for game because I only needed 4000 to do damage to him. And then the Formula Synchron. I make this all the time. I love making Formula Synchron just to get the +1 from the draws. really good, especially if you bring back a Treeborn Frog and you have a globe bulb engraved. You can bring out the globe bulb and then make this, and then you can like have this out, and then use Monarch Stormforth or whatever to bring out a Monarch, and then you can attack or do whatever, and then you can just wait for your opponent to go, and then if need be, you can go into a Stardust. Or I wish they'd make better level 8s that you could go into, but I mean, it is what it is. You can also, if you have Christian and they're about to get rid of it, and you have this, you can go into Leo, or just go into Leo if need be. Or it helps go into Armades. You can go in, like, you can make a synchro, one turn synchro easy, and get the draw with the Formula Center. This card's really good. This deck's really good at making Formula Synchron plays. And then for the token, not too long ago, probably about a year or two, I threw away all my Pokemon cards. Man, I had so many. I was just like, I'm never gonna play my Pokemon cards again. So I just threw them away. I couldn't find anybody to buy them. Didn't have anybody to give them to. I just put them in the trash can. I had so many cards. I had the original Charizards, Blastoise, and Venusaur, and I really wish I would have kept them because I would have played them. Persian. My dad bought me this a long time ago, and I just kept this one for like the sentimental value of it. And this was like real hot. Everybody wanted this. I think this came from McDonald's actually, but. And then I was a big fan of Blaine. I love Blaine. I love playing these cards in my deck. They were just fun to play. I don't know why. And then this Gengar I got from some person at school. It's Japanese. All of them are Japanese, but anyway. Anyways, guys, that's the deck profile. This deck is. Oh yeah, and then the side deck. I don't have the side deck with me, but I have it written down because I have a lot of the cards coming in. But I'm gonna play 3 Genzo, probably 2 End of Anubis. 3 Puppet Plant, 3 Fairy Wind. I was originally, instead of Fairy Wind, I was going to play Mobius, but I realized I'd rather have a trap set and then just hit the cards as they're played instead of waiting till they're played and then hitting them. So that's the reason I played that. The other MST, and then I'm going back and forth between Regeki or Torrential Tribute. The only problem with traps and Torrential Tribute is the Treeborn Frog thing, but it's not. I mean, Torrential Tribute, you can break up their plays as it's going. Regeki, you have to wait until after it's set, the board's set up. But I mean, this deck don't really have a problem with after the board being set up, so I'll probably keep Regeki in. And then I'm taking 1 Mobius on the side just for, I don't know, just for whatever. And then if I only play 2 End of Anubis, I have 1 extra card I can put in. So I'll put something in for that. Some of the deck's bad qualities is you don't have field advantage a lot of times unless Christia's on board, and I found that I mean, it's not so much of a problem because of the hand advantage and the hand traps, but I mean, it can be a problem if your opponent has a lot of trap cards, which can still. I mean, Tellarknights they're kind of like annoying, but you can beat them if you play smart and just grind it out with them. And that's one thing this deck is good with too, is the grind game. It has a good second turn play. I like going second. Since my opponent goes, they can't get their +1. Then they're a turn behind. And then I go. I get my draw. Plus, they have a monster out. I can use their monster to bring out my Monarchs to do something with that. Or if I don't have a play, I can just pass my turn, and the deck can be real passive until it needs to be aggressive. I like that about the deck too. It's got a good grind game, very good hand advantage if you play your cards right. Especially with the scapegoats and enemy control, that can break up some of your opponent's most powerful plays. If you can, man, I'm telling you, it's so good, so good. I never side out my enemy controller unless I'm playing Shaddoll's, anything with spellcasters, Tellarknights, or anything with warriors, because I side out 2 of the enemy controller for 2 puppet plants. I leave 1 in because you can play it during your opponent's turn, so I use that. Matter of fact, I haven't played puppet plant in a while. Yeah. I'm guessing you can play public plane even on your opponent's turn, but you really can't. I mean, yeah, that's good. But I mean, I would still probably keep just one enemy controller in. I always side in the three public plant though. For other things, I mean, there's so much stuff you can take out in this deck. There's Forbidden Lances you can take out, Scapegoat, a Duality, a Gores, a Jack Frost, a Christia if need be, and that's pretty much it. I like to keep everything else in, unless I'm planning to get certain decks. I'll take out like where's my side deck? Yeah, I have all this stuff written down because I don't have the cards. Like if I'm playing like I was playing the Satellar Knights and I took out my Risers for the 3 Genzos, so I mean you can take out stuff like that. And the Fairbands really don't hurt the Treeborn Frog play because you can just activate it. But I mean, you don't need to activate it. I usually set it in my hand. I mean, unless I know I'm playing them, then I will set it because you're going to use the card on their turn. They're going to set their crap in their pendulum zone and do everything. So that card's going to go quickly. It's out of there. I also use it sometimes against a deck that's playing Vanity's Emptiness or something like that. I'll probably just put one in the side just to get rid of it in case I need it. Because I mean, I was playing the Teller Knights, and the Vanity's Emptiness was actually becoming a problem with some of the plays that I needed to make. So I just put one in there and didn't even draw into it, so it didn't even matter anyway. But I'm still working with the deck in the side and just still play testing with it. You can easily summon all your Monarchs, easily summon Christia. That's a big plus in the deck. Monarch Stormforth is one of the big, huge advantages of the deck. The card's so good, so good. But anyways, guys, that's the deck profile. If you have any suggestions or anything to help make the deck better, I will try them. I actually tried Obelisk. I didn't like that because it was dead a lot of the times, and you're usually summoning your other Monarchs with the one tribute to try to push. And there's a lot of decks now that can deal with things real easy, but you can't get Obelisk out. I mean, you summon it in defense, and then you just hold off and just you're basically got the game won. I tried out Light and Darkness Dragon. I didn't like it because, especially if you're playing a good player, a lot of players know how to play around it because they don't, especially with the monsters effect like Shaddolls and stuff like that. It negates the effect. It doesn't destroy the monster, so they can really get rid of Lad real easy. But I guess that's all I got for now. I'll keep playtesting the deck and probably do another profile next weekend or something like that. Anyways, guys, y'all take it easy.